Welcome back to the Outer Worlds. We have acquired Parvati as our first companion.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
We have trust issues with Mr. Thompson. We sense great corruption in him because he's friends with the board. And we all know that people who are in power are not to be trusted, right, sir? I think we all understand each other. Let's see. She wants to talk in here, I think, away from him. You coming? Parvati, let me scoot you in here. Come on. Wow, okay. That worked out. Hello.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
We have. Don't worry. We have special choice plan. Oh. Hello.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office.
She doesn't think that Thompson's office... Okay, Thompson's office extends all the way out here. Gotcha. How about out here? How about all the way outside of the cannery? Is this better?
Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just... Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters. On account of it's his job and what all, but... That's not the only side of the tale.
You're making a lot of assumptions about me, Parvati, assuming I don't care, but I do. This is about the deserters, so what's the other side of it?
To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left.
How well did you know the deserters? You worked with them, you were friends, or what?
I don't know anybody well. I mostly listened to them talk, kept my head down. There was a boy named Thomas who used to follow me around, asking questions about the stuff I fixed. He was real sweet to me. Not any sort of dissident.
I can't blame anybody for wanting to leave. This town's got issues.
Life's hard here. Especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is.
Yes, Parvati is basically the black sheep. That's what I'm understanding. She's the black sheep of the town. She doesn't feel like she fits in because, well, we've seen some lore, some hints that she was abandoned, and we don't know who her parents are, but she's ended up here under the care of other people. But let's see, what are we going to tell her? What do we need to talk to the vicar about? Flipping a switch in your power mill?
About if what Mr. Thompson proposes to do is upright. Leaving Miss McDevitt's folk to their fate. Their neighbors. Kin. And maybe he can think of something else to try. Something we ain't. He used to go walking outside town. Maybe he found something that'll help. It's just an idea. That's all.
Where would I find him?
The mission's on the east side of town. You can't miss it. On account of it being the only clean thing.
I suppose it couldn't hurt. We'll stop by.
Sister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Yes, so we are both fellow scientists and engineers abandoned by our families. So we understand we gotta stick together in a world that is otherwise against us. Let us see. That's the wrong quest. Here's the one for speak to the vicar. Oh, look at the beautiful view again. Oh, the clouds, a spaceship. Oh, that was cinematic. Oh, yes. Beautiful. I see the botanical lab is going to be outside of town. I'm going to guess the vicar is this way. She says you can't miss it, but knowing me, I'll miss it. Oh, yeah. I'll completely not notice somehow. Biggest sign in the world. I still missed it. Where? Okay. This must be the wall that I see him in. Hello, sir. Where is your door? This looks like not a door. Do I have to illegally hop on boxes and get on your roof and creep in? Ooh, bracelet. May I get in? Yeah. Nice roof. That is not how I get in. I feel like it would be a very obvious door. This is probably the back way of the building. Let's see. I couldn't miss it. It's the thing that looks like a religious building. Probably this. It has a observatorium, like the Griffith Observatory, to go look at the stars. That means it's religious. Everybody knows how religion starts is by looking at the stars. If you study science, you will know humans became religious because they looked up at the sky.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Clean is bad. Clean is negative. No wonder you guys have the plague.
Hey there, Mary. Don't see you round here too often.
Oh, I just came to talk to the vicar is all. None of us are above confessionals.
What have you got to confess? You ain't thinking of deserting, are you?
What? No. And I resent the accusation.
Wasn't nothing but a question. Do excuse me.
I must be on my way. Verity to you.
Also, not to assume a lot about their genders, but if they are women, a lot of women lean religious, more so than men do, statistically. I do not know why this is. This is an interesting paradox. You'll notice that religions generally oppose women's everything, yet women tend to be more religious on average than men. It is a mystery to me. A very interesting mystery to me. So, this is also interesting. These are pews, looks like a pseudo-Catholic or Orthodox church, so it seems Christianity-esque. Including, yeah, everything about the geometry of these. All of this, it's hard to explain. It's like the stained glass, the columnar shapes, the spherical orbs. I don't know, the symbology is very Christianity-esque, but notice that that is a planet. There are stars everywhere. It's almost like ancient Greek religion to me. You can see even like zodiac symbols up there. So there is something very interesting about this because it's like, wait a minute. This is like the ancient Greeks would have done. Why is the ancient Greek religion back? And also, where are the Greek gods? We gotta ask the vicar where this interesting religious tradition comes from. There's also this interesting symbol of like a star thing and two circles. So I tend to look at the symbology and question, where does this come from? Because it looks like astronomical orbits, a star, a sun of sorts. Kind of like, here's our planet and our center of the universe, here's our moon and its phases. This is basically probably how proto-religion was like for our Stone Age ancestors.
Talking to the good vicar always lifts up my spirits.
We have dopamine in our brains rewarding us for being religious. Everybody gets benefits out of it. It's very interesting. Whether you do or don't like religion, the brain gets rewarded by it. Ooh, OSI vial. And here's that object that I said looks like a crescent moon and a laurel. So, we are seeing a lot of elements of religious activity. Oh, that almost looks like DNA. Kind of like we are connected to the whole universe, and it kind of spirals upward meaningfully. Excellent. I really love everything about your cosmic purpose. Speak to me, Vicar.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max, if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar DeSoto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling, this season's tossball predictions, the quickest way out of town.
How did you know I'm an outsider? Is it the hat?
Not to put too fine a point on it, but your choice of wardrobe is not precisely common hereabouts.
It's the hat.
Also, you lack the distinctive worker gaze. Usually either a deadening behind the eyes, or in some rare cases, a wild-eyed frenzy, like a trapped animal. Pretty universal here. Except for Ms. Holcomb, who, for some reason, doesn't seem to have much to say to me. Isn't that right?
It's just... there's more to it all than numbers. Sorry.
I'm a bit surprised to hear you dismiss your parishioners so casually.
I'm simply bemoaning the level of spiritual awareness in this town.
Isn't it your job to raise that? Offensively worded, but I'm curious.
Yes. but there are few who hear me in this miserable place. I must double my efforts to elevate my flock. These are good, hard-working people here.
Hold on a minute. Did you just refer to this town as a miserable place? It didn't look miserable to me at all.
Yes, and thank you for pointing it out. It is wrong of me to succumb to distress. This place could be so much more, and I will continue in my quest to make it so.
What sort of spiritual advice do you offer here?
They who are not satisfied with their work are satisfied with nothing. No. How about, work fortifies the spirit. True exhaustion awaits idle hands.
I was actually asking what your religion was all about.
The OSI teaches that the Grand Architect set a perfect system in motion at the beginning of time. Contentment is found by accepting one's role in that grand plan.
What does OSI stand for? I picked up a vial with that mysterious acronym.
The Order of Scientific Inquiry, also known as scientism to the layperson.
Oh, heck yes, we have a science-based religion, finally. How do you talk to this Grand Architect? Prayer, meditation, or what?
You don't talk to the Grand Architect. Once the universe was set in motion, it stepped back. It has no concern for us.
This is identical to deism. Deism is the very fascinating and commonplace belief that a lot of neutral scientists eventually develop. If they formerly were theists, aka God believers, they tend to lean deistic later. So a lot of people will lean deistic because they'll see this disconnect between events in the world and some kind of very knowledgeable, personable deity figure, and they can't make any sense of it. Of, if you care and love about us so much, why all these X amount of disasters? Leads a lot of people to become deists instead, which means that they believe that if something grand and amazing and personified did make the universe, it doesn't care about us, doesn't acknowledge us, doesn't interact with us, and it doesn't affect lives. It's almost similar to being like an atheist, but it's a bit more of an agnostic leaning, because say, I mean, if it's there, I mean, if it's not, does it affect me? So, this is a deistic religion. We could also say that because people, that's another thing. They lean to a personal god because it feels more meaningful. So, we'll pick number 1. Doesn't sound like a very motivational religious philosophy. What is there to aspire to?
We will eventually decode the plan and all its intricacies. Once we are able to deduce the properties of every particle in the universe and its trajectory, we will know everything. The future, the past, each person's place within the plan, all will be laid out before us, removing struggle and bringing peace. No one will ever need question their path again. Some even believe this ultimate knowledge will unlock mankind's true potential, and we will all become akin to grand architects ourselves, after a fashion.
So you're telling me that if I study muons and gluons and quarks, I will attain some kind of deityhood of understanding the cosmic scheme of why the theory of everything unites all particles, including us, in the grand existence of things? That seems unlikely.
I would love to discuss the finer points of my religion with you. Oh, wait. No, I wouldn't. Seriously, though. To truly understand the metaphysics involved takes years of study and contemplation.
Sorry, why I'm laughing so much is because, not because religion's ridiculous, it's that religion is so deeply symbolic and encoded with so many deeply meaningful things that it almost loses meaning. It's too much meaning. Usually it's so meta that when you hear it, you're like, that makes too much sense. Okay, Parvati wanted to talk to you about what Reed asked us to do.
What? I thought you would talk to him.
Oops, I am talking to
You
him.
wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb?
Sorry.
Every time I try to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do?
Cut off the power to Adelaide's deserters, that's the truth.
Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk.
What do you think of Adelaide's group, Vicar?
They rejected the order of society and live beyond the walls so thoughtfully provided by our Spacer's Choice patrons. Does that strike you as a responsible life choice?
Depends on how well the leader can provide beyond your walls.
Astute. But I am here, not in the deserter camp. So that's not a variable I can account for.
So what do you advise?
Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold.
Is that even possible?
Not if things are left to stand as they are. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume.
I died a lot in episode 2, so that is true. Sure. And why is that?
One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book.
Oh my god, so, he enjoys Apocrypha, he enjoys the heretical forbidden text, the elixir of knowledge forbidden to the commoner, but he is a PhD in religious scientific studies. He really wants to know even the controversial things that could change your mind so much you could lose the way. I admire such a dude. Let's see, why would a vicar be after a banned heretical book? I know why. I deeply know why, but I'll ask anyway.
I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption.
This makes it similar to like a censorship situation where it's like, there have been churches that have been like, we will not translate the Bible into your language because you will learn things, and we don't know if you can trust the things you'll learn, you might leave the fold. He's like one of those. Let's see. Which one will I pick? Seems to me the authorities would be interested. No, I don't want to threaten him about it. I already have the book. Let me just go. You make a compelling argument. Sure.
Glad we see eye to eye. It's a handwritten journal. A faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious?
Okay, the reason why I'm agreeing with him and not really leaning towards the, yeah, let's spread the apocryphal knowledge to the entire universe, well, here's something that I have learned after studying a whole bunch of stuff about religious studies. When people encounter information and do not use any form of critical thinking, they can come up with whatever they want. That means misinformation campaigns can actually be suspiciously... they're pretty common in places where everything's available to everyone. And in real life, I don't actually think censorship is a good idea. I don't think any book should be, like, absolutely banned unless it causes, like, mass harm. But no. Book bannings are usually a bad thing. Like, historically, politically, etc., book bans are bad. But we are in the outer world, so we don't really know what's in their books and why it would cause dissent or anything. So that's why I'm just like, alright, let's just keep it between you and I, Vicar Max. Let's see, you mean this book? Here you go.
Wonderful. This is fantastic. Well worth all the sacrifices I... Wait. What the fuck is this? Is this French? I can't fucking read French. It's a law-forsaken joke is what it is. French. Ha! I was so high and mighty, preaching to the yokels about following the plan, while fighting it at every turn.
This is why people need to learn languages. Learn French, discover the meaning of the universe. This is how it works. Let's see, what's so important about this book?
I've spent my life searching for the keys to unlocking the secrets of the universal equation that underlies the plan. I had hoped this book held some of those answers. I became so desperate, I even got myself assigned to this plague-ridden backwater to find the damn thing. All the time and suffering I've spent. Wasted.
Oof. Why did you think the book held the secrets you were looking for?
Bakonu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the Philosophist school of thought, so the book is banned in this colony.
Gotcha. So it's like the board is banning certain books that fall into schools of religious thought that they deem so controversial that if workers read it, they may stop working and become the deserters in the wilderness. We're going to have a problem of constantly nobody stays together, disorganization, chaos, anarchy everywhere, society falls apart just because they read a book. Got it. So what's a philosophist?
Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to almost everything we know to be true. They believe all is chaos, in stark contrast to OSI's belief in the plan. But most of the philosophist perversion of Bakonu's thoughts came more than a century after his death.
That is actually a fascinating kind of concept, that philosophy, because it is not entirely scientific, is possibly just a false religion. Interesting way of looking at it, because philosophy is a lot about thought exercises, thought experiments, trying to understand potentially a situation that can't happen in real life or would be unethical to replicate in real life. Sure, you can say that's a, quote, false religion, as in not literally true, as in not scientific, as in cannot be measured, observed, or anything like that. I could see that. Let's see. A vicar searching for a banned book sets a bad example, doesn't it?
The story of my life. Most lay people are not aware of this, but we've not discovered any new insights into the plan for a long, long time. I had an idea that we should welcome the truth, no matter where we found it. I had the worse idea to share my thoughts with a superior. And that's how I ended up assigned prison duty, where I was fool enough to let an inmate bend my ear with stories of an original Bakonu journal. But that's neither here nor there. What I need to do now is to find a translator, obviously. But to do that, I'll first need to secure transport. You have a ship. Perhaps I could make myself of use to your crew.
Could be a beneficial arrangement. You need a ride out of town. I wouldn't mind a ship hand.
Certainly. I already gave you most of my money, but
You
I
did?
can offer you free spiritual counseling, and I'd be happy to watch your back. I'm pretty handy with a tossball stick, or any blunt instrument, really. I'm also a passable gun hand, if it comes to that. I can usually talk my way out of conflict, though. Oh, I'm fairly competent at hacking computers as well.
I love this religious dude's immense amount of skills. This is amazing. That all part of your vicar training?
Well, understanding computers is, though I admit I took it further than most. And I was quite the 32nd back during my penitentiary term. Left many an opponent bleeding in the prison yard.
Let me go with, are you even a vicar? Because you aren't sounding very vicarly right now.
Of course. I'm a vicar who is dedicated to his calling. More dedicated than any other you'll find in this colony. I joined the OSI to help decipher the grand plan. But instead, I ended up the vicar in a prison due to ignorance and politics. Then I came here. Satisfied?
Sounds good, let's go.
Fantastic. Let me get my things in order and I'll catch up with you.
Edgewater's gonna miss you. Folk here always had good things to say about their vicar.
Thank you, Ms. Holcomb. I'll be glad for the change of scenery, and to leave this place behind. I shall see you on the ship, Captain, whenever you're ready to leave Emerald Vale.
Yay! Companion perks! Your companion has leveled up and can be granted a new perk. Go to the companion page in your ledger and select the perk button to see the available perks. Let's do that really quick. Oh, I see. Parvati right here. The companion ledger. This companion ledger shows you everything you need to know about your companions. You can see their skills, stats, status effects, and gear. To change your companion's gear, first select the item you want to swap out, then choose a compatible item to replace it with. You can also change how they behave in combat by selecting their preferred weapon, follow distance, and aggressiveness. That's a lot of customization. Ooh. She got a level 4 light pistol, a level 4 impact hammer. She will probably really appreciate this level 5 assault rifle. Yes. I wonder why I don't see the vicar here yet. I can give her a perk. I like the engineering. It's nice to be able to hack things. Oops. I have to apply. Understandable. We have picked. Let's see. She probably would need a helmet. You're gonna look funny, Parvati? It's okay. We need to find more stuff so the Vicar has stuff. I forgot I need to save some stuff for my companions. Oh no. That's fine. We're going to switch it back to Die Robot, because I want to complete that side quest before anything to do with the main quest. It does mean more episodes. It does mean slower progress, but more videos. More videos are good. I asked my Outer Worlds friend what he preferred, and he said put points into leadership. You can do more with your companions if you have more leadership points. So that's what we're doing. Let's apply. Because I think you can do more story stuff with that. So that's good. I have a bunch of things to say on the Vicar. Bunch of thoughts. But we are also going to head towards the robots. And hopefully I don't get too distracted. I think I already switched out my quest. But let me save my game. Because we don't want to miss progress with the Vicar just because we accidentally died to a marauder. I'm trying to figure out where I go. Yeah, it is outside for Die Robot. About the Vicar. Okay. So, people have a certain perception about people of religion. They seem to think that a person in religious authority gets magical superpowers, making them incapable of crime, of sin, of evil. However, people in power are simply people in power. Therefore, it is very, very common. Ooh, I could lockpick this.
That was quick.
More of those, because a lot of places I could have lockpicked and no success. But it is very common for people to be... Why is that so far away? Oh, it is outside. Okay. It's common for people to be severely flawed. No matter their religious calling, no matter their religious identification, no matter what. It is common, in fact, to actually be a complex human being despite being religious. Because I've noticed that the non-religious will say, religious people are hypocritical. But actually, religious people simply believe in a religion. And they don't really mind if it is absurd. They don't really mind if other people don't get it. They just happen to be a member of somebody's, like, faith system. And usually religion is determined by geography, where you're born and the values of the country you were born to. I feel like there's gonna be something valuable in this wreck. That's part of why I'm detouring and looking at it. Oh, this is an invisible wall. You can't go here. Interesting. Because it almost looks like you can loot it for parts or get inside somehow. But I don't know if you actually can. Invisible wall again. Okay, I was just curious. I also am a little bit kind of hoping and not hoping at the same time that there would be a sea monster that would show up and be like, roar. That would be terrifying. Let's go upriver. This seems calm enough that we're not going to get washed out to sea. Oh, yes. I love the water sounds. Very calm. I don't see any salt tuna. This is bad. This is why we are starving. Where are the salt tuna? They should be spawning in this river and dying, so we can harvest them for processing. A lack of them concerns me greatly. I'm probably poisoning the water supply.
Constable Reyes ticketed me for unlicensed terraforming.
Oh my god, that changes your voice.
She don't know how to skip rocks her own self.
Why is it really funny you're telling me about childhood trauma in that helmet? Wait, was that the Vic in the distance? No, that's Silas. Okay, Silas in the distance. I don't know why that was so funny. You're just like, she used to skip rocks with me. You just have this helmet out. Oh my god. That is so funny. Oh, I love how there are spaceships flying around. It makes me feel like I'm part of an important society. Yes, we found the cave again. Oh no, did I already waste my mag picks on something and now I can't unlock something that was in this cave? Let's see if I can find something. Was there something I didn't? No, definitely looted. Whoa. Wow, my game's a little bit glitchy. It's a little bit laggy too, and I know I don't want to die, so let me get to this cave entrance before I save, because I think there are primals in this area, Or Marauders. There's always something that wants me dead. Here's the geothermal plant, and we got an engineer with us, so don't worry. We are equipped to figure out what's going on. We'll make sure to make the right ethical choices. We'll probably follow the Vicar's advice. Yes, Parvati is curious. Curiosity is good. Curiosity is how you become a STEM major. You can't become a STEM major if you have all the answers. If you have all the answers, this is a worthless degree, a worthless way of life, because you already have the answers. You never have a single question about anything ever again. Everything is... Oh no! He has a laboratory outfit that is splash resistant. Excellent sciencey choice. We're finding a lot of dead scientists in areas where scientists would go. It's a trap. Yes, they had curiosity, but at what cost? They didn't make it. Because you hear that curiosity killed the cat. Well, curiosity killed the scientist first. Because scientists always question, well, why? And then the religious authorities used to kill us all the time. But then eventually, after they killed a lot of us, we just kept spawning. And then eventually, they couldn't get rid of us. And they were like, well, I guess we have to ask scientific questions because they just won't stop respawning. See, science is a pesky thing.
Mr. Thompson said to talk with Miss McDevitt before doing anything here?
You're right, Parvati. This is why we need companions to keep us from only doing side quests. Okay, maybe this is going to be a main quest kind of episode. Sure. Sure, Parvati. Let's see. Which one? Both of them require the same thing. Is it still in this place? It is still in this place. How do we find the deserters? I think the deserters are actually in that green waypoint over there. That's my guess. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. It's okay if it doesn't make sense. We will find the plan, and it will all make sense. The plan is basically probably written in our DNA. Something about biophysics. Something about letters mean words. Something about if you really try to understand, then the understanding does come. Whereas if you don't try to understand, you will never get it. Something like that. Something so intuitive. Because if science was ever a religion, it would be the most common sense thing. It would be mind-numbingly, boringly true. It would be indisputable. It would just be, well, yeah. That's what I think would happen if science itself became a religion, or if we figured out how to religiousize science, or scientize religion. However way you want to do it, probably means something. What does this ad say? It says, yeah, it's the Spacer's Choice logo, so let me say it for the company now. It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's Choice. Order yours today. We'll see if I actually have any sympathies towards any companies, or if I'm like, nah. They're very good at defending against the Canids.
We don't want any trouble.
Who said that? Ah, Grace said that. This looks like a botanical lab. Ooh. That was a little bit glowy. Oh, that's just from the neon sign. That's a nice light effect. Ooh. Love that about a game. Love good effects. Graphics. Hello, Grace.
I don't know you.
I don't know you.
You're looking for it ain't here. Move along.
I'm looking for Adelaide. I need some answers.
Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those.
Reed said something about former workers living out in the wilderness.
Yeah, that's us. And you can tell Thompson we're doing just fine by ourselves. If you're gonna start wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on you.
Where can I find Adelaide?
Over in the hothouse, tending crop. Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind.
The first option. Sure, we've all got problems. I just got shot into space.
Explains why you're still yammering on. No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her.
I'm afraid of a few mirages. I'm not using the third one. Let's see. You can always go looking for her.
I go looking for Zoe, I leave the camp undefended, seeing as I'm the only one of us who knows her way around a gun. Hence my dilemma.
Any idea where she might be hiding?
Vex me. If she told anybody, they ain't telling me. I'd check her room, but I got yelled at for snooping once already.
What? Oh, you snooped around in her room?
Little ways ago. She was always obsessing over her serial dramas. Wanted to see what the fuss was about.
How well do you know her?
Well enough to know we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close. If anybody knows the workings of her mind, he does.
Not to make you panic, but maybe the marauders took her away.
Could be. Dangers aplenty out there. No telling why marauders would steal somebody like Zoe. Got no useful skills far as I could tell.
Any chance you could point me somewhere specific and not just out there?
Marauder gang just moved into the districts a little ways east. Their numbers are growing. Gotta come from somewhere.
I'll keep an eye out.
It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent. Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere.
Don't worry about it, I'll find her.
Appreciate it. Honest.
I've got questions about Zoe, I think.
I'll tell you what I can.
Wait, let's change the subject because I asked her all the
What
questions.
is it?
I'll leave you be. Sorry, awkward oblivion dialogue. it happens. Because I didn't know if I actually asked her all the things or not. Look at this cute little settlement. Whoa, Whoa! That glow, I think, was a sunset on my gun. That's actually amazing lighting. It made it glow. Oh, I'm really appreciating the light physics of this game. For some reason, that's so incredible. Like, yeah, there's like a beam of red light that goes through it. I'm gonna admire all my sciencey weapons. I think my friend told me where to find the first sciencey weapon. It's not gonna be in Edgewater. It's not gonna be on this planet at all. That is fine.
If you're
Hello.
hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
Fun fact. Oh, yeah, everything's stealing. Fun fact, my friend who wants me to play this, his name is Stefan. That's what's really funny. In fact, all of our names are basically in this game. The first time we played the Outer Worlds, we were like, what? What is happening? This is the only game where we've actually found all of our names in the same game, but our names are not that common. That's when we realized we might be living in the future, but our time travelers to the past, but a glitch happened in the great simulation of reality, and here we are. Science lore is fun. You get to come up with crazy theories about we're all living in a simulation, we're all living in the void of a black hole, we're all living actually in the cusp of a white hole, we all don't know where we are going nor where we come from. When you don't relate to dogma, you can come up with some really creative theories about anything you want. Freedom of thought is a very fun thing. They're growing mock apples. They're just straight up growing mock apples. That's really beautiful. Oh my. Imagine having an orchard or garden and that's your view. In fact, imagine a farming sim in this game. That is so cool. Okay. That is so cool. Ah! I got pushed off the rock, sorry. I get really hyped. I get really hyped about the future. That is the energy I bring as a scientist. It's lunatic screaming and excitement at absolutely nothing except the natural world. This is what I have to bring to the table. Manic excitement about nothing at all. Like, oh, light effects in a puddle. Yes. Refractory physics, yes. Mines! Ah! Okay. We are going to find somebody useful. We found a workbench. Why do I seem under the influence, Parvati? What's happening to my vision? Am I going mad? Why is it blurry? Am I poisoned? Hello. Is your No. Who are
What's
you?
about you, friend?
You are deserter number 2. Or 5. Or 357. Whoa. The effects on that. It's like a jelly pool. It's like an aquarium piece where you see the jellies in there. Except those bubbles would be very disastrous for the jelly, so clearly that is not what that is. It's probably some kind of pump. Hi, Adelaide McDevitt. Your eyes are glowy.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear?
I started talking too soon, so sorry. You must be Adelaide.
I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
Oh, God. So, like, okay, part of why I'm laughing is because we're standing around this glowy thing, this aquarium-looking thing, this pump that has, like, liquid physics going on, so everybody's eyes are kind of glowy. So it's just really funny to see that aquarium glow because it gives everybody these manic, wild eyes as they're looking at each other. So she's like, oh, these are such pretty trees, she says menacingly. It's just really funny. Alrighty, let's see. I'm gonna say, is this your greenhouse?
No, dear. The garden belongs to us all. Life is the gift of the universe, and the universe yields its bounty equally, absent of prejudice.
I'm surprised you managed to grow anything out here. I mean, I know there's a volcano, so I'm not that surprised, but I'll act a little surprised.
The soil around the Vale went sour years ago, but I found a way to sweeten it back up. The secret recipe is a little bit of elbow grease, a dash of love, and a heaping pile of special fertilizer.
Looks like you've made a home for yourself out here.
A home for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. A home for those of us with nowhere left to go and nothing to lose. So, like the spores of the puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots.
Why did you leave your old home?
It is an unpleasant story, dear. But the short of it is that sometimes one wakes up and realizes the place that was once her home for much of her life has changed. The home in which we spent our lives has left us behind, and so we must move on. And that is as much as I will say on the subject.
Reed sent me to make peace with you.
Reed Thompson? You here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile?
He looks mammalian to me.
What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
Let's see. Reed asks you to consider coming back to town. He's willing to make amends.
Make amends? Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a mess. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
Reed asked me to divert your power over to him. He mentioned a geothermal plant.
He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
Your camp has a power regulator. I need it to repair my ship.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
What have you got against the town?
You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scraps Spacer's choice throws them. You know that's true, don't you, Miss Holcomb? Your father died of overwork. His heart gave out.
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me all by his lonesome.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them.
What do you have against people trying to make a living? Because note this, if they're not working at the cannery, they're going to be at this greenhouse. And it's just subsistence farming, surviving off the land. Like, yes, there's no work, but there's a complete isolation from the colonies, outer space, all of society. This is the rest of their lives. So what do you have against people trying to make a living?
It's not much of a living. Every single person in that town has sold themselves to Spacer's Choice. The company owns them. Body, blood, and bones. You've been there. You've seen it. All anyone ever does is toil over a cannery. They give their lives for some heartless corporation, and then they're tossed into a Spacer's Choice brand cemetery.
That is true. I did meet Silas, so this is true. Let's say I help you. What happens to Edgewater?
Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives.
You think Reed's just trying to spite you?
You bring power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it.
I'll consider
I
it.
trust you will listen to your conscience.
I know I'm missing a voice line because she actually gives a deeper reason of why she left. That's so cool looking. There's a deeper reason why she left. I know about that. But let me look at your plants. As a scientist, I'm like, these are hydroponic plants. They don't have soil. You're growing them soilless. That actually makes them less likely to pick up microbes from the soil. So that implies that, yeah, the soil's gone sour for years. She has a special trick. So the hydroponic growth means no soil, all water, less likely to get disease. That's quite smart. And also raising them up off the ground and everything, so they can't get anything that's toxic. Hey, look, a body. I think I know where your fertilizer's coming from, man. This makes a lot of sense, yeah. Compost. So she does have a compost thing. This is such a cool setup. Here's a mock apple tree right here. I'm pretty sure most of the stuff here it'd be stealing because this is their items. So anything I take literally is theirs. That or they starve or something. So that's not good. I don't want to mess with deserters. I don't want them to be missing their way of life. I don't want them to go back to the cannery and toil away for a million billion years. But here's the other thing. The missing problem that really should be pointed out. If you desert the cannery, if you move out here, how do you ever leave this planet for the rest of your lives? Well, maybe you don't even if you work at the cannery. So it's all about, do you want to work for the rest of your life? Or do you want to be free? Do you want basically indentured servitude / slavery? Or do you want freedom from corporate greed? It has a lot to do with bottom lines, profits, and all that. But the average worker doesn't get much meaning out of their own lives. So these are the moral dilemmas, the scientific moral dilemmas we are considering. Morals are very important for science. They are the most important, I would say.
Fancy duds. Do the tubes get in your way?
Hey, you're Stefan. I'm told one of your numbers gone missing.
You mean Zoe? Yeah, we were pretty close. Not like her to go loping off.
Tell me a little about Zoe.
Zoe was always obsessed with this cereal. Masked Marketeer. A scion of Byzantium turns to banditry and teaches his marauder companions the wisdom of free market economics. Shame she up and vanished when she did. I had a surprise lined up for her. You sound like some type of corporate fixer asking all these questions.
I ain't no corporate hack. Was she acting strange before she disappeared?
Can't say I recall Zoe ever acting strange. Well, except for her habit of writing things down on scraps of paper. She called it journaling, but I think it's just plain odd.
What was that about surprising Zoe?
The other day I got my hands on a genuine copy of the latest Masked Marketeer. I was gonna surprise Zoe with it, but she was gone the next day.
What happened on the day Zoe disappeared?
Zoe and I were gonna watch the serials, as is our custom. She never turned up. I looked around, but she was nowhere to be found.
Hold on, there was something else, I think.
Hey, I got time.
I'm pretty sure if I asked about more questions about Zoe, we already asked everything,
Hey,
so let's
I got
actually go with
fresh
what
off
are
the
you
limb,
selling?
And that includes canid meat.
Because I'm curious, what does he sell? There's restricted stock. Why is it restricted? That's interesting. There are some restricted things. I wonder why. Canid meat. Yeah, he does have that. I have a lot of bits. Maybe I should actually invest a little bit into some good stuff for my companions. Sorry, it took a moment for me to figure out how to buy it. There we go. And then let's sell my junk. Give me a little bit of... Yes. Nice. We should be good. Okay. Let's actually look for Zoe. Where are you? 17 meters away? Wait, you're right here? What's right here? Oh, this is where she lived. Got it. Steel poster. Terror on Monarch. 12 amazing episodes. With Ruth Bellamy as Halcyon Helen. Spencer Woolrich as Chief of the Savages. Featuring real monsters from the doomed world. Monarch is a place I think we can visit once we get our spaceship up and running. Oh, it's going to be so much fun to go to other planets. Parvati, we will literally explore the universe as amazing people. Oh, we found journal scraps, I think. Zoe's journal, page 12. So that's it then. No more Edgewater for me. No more cannery. No more jumpsuits and gloves. Yes, ma'ams, and would you like another's? I don't know why I'm writing this down for posterity's sake, because I've always hated the cannery, and I don't think I'll ever have to look back to this journal many years hence and tell myself, oh wow, I did hate the veil once, didn't I? Just because I got sick. Everybody gets sick. Well, okay, I got sick, and I grabbed a little too much adrenatime. Is that really a crime? I gotta treat myself when I'm sick, don't I? Whatever happened to personal responsibility and surviving by one's own bootstraps? Oh, but you misappropriate one box of adrenatime and suddenly you're committing larceny. Oof. So, medical rights are a crime, Parvati. Huge crime. Don't do it. Zoe's journal, page 22. Well, today's the day, Zoe. Today's the day you take your destiny into your own hands. I've been listening to Grace talk about the marauder threat. Bands of wild, free-spirited bandits living in camps out in the hills, warming themselves by the light of barrel fires, probably mounted the heads of their enemies on spikes as a warning to folk like me. Living a life of comfort and ease, free of any rules. I bet they could take the whole region if they were organized. I've been tucking away some of Adelaide's food, and I've got some spare cans of salt tuna. Should last me a couple weeks if I ration. Got some adrenatime too. Everybody loves adrenatime. Even marauders, right? I got odds those marauders will let me throw in with them if I dangle a couple syringes of adrenatime before their eyes. This is gonna be great. Look out, Terror 2. Bandit Queen Zoe's origin story has just begun. I'm gonna have a whole gang of marauders at my beck and call. Maybe I can even score some rezos. There we go. So yeah, she deserted for the marauders. She may be dead, we don't know. Let's find Zoe. Depending on how quickly we find her. Ooh, she is 300 miles. That's amazing. We could literally just look at some journal scraps in her house and go, let's go 300 meters this way, Parvati. We know exactly where to go. Amazing. Yo, we figured it out. I don't know if we should talk to you. Hold on. Are there any canids we haven't looted yet? Yeah, because I thought I saw... It was Skullfin. Interesting. Thought I saw something. Alright, hi.
What is it?
I'll leave you be. I'll tell you nothing. For some reason, we know we need to go this far away. Come on, Parvati. The night is beautiful. The rings are glowing. The spaceships are flying. The Aurora Borealis graces our sights. The volcano's brewing its special potion. We do have some marauders we gotta worry about. Yeah, right there. let me check something about weapons. We are giving her the shock cannon. I think she can use it better than I can. She'll probably survive easier than I will. Alright, let's do it, Parvati. We can do this. Sorry for doing this to your friends, Zoe. They're kind of attacking us, but we did attack first. Pretty fair. Oh yeah, she's doing some shock damage on them. Go, Parvati! Yeah, she ruined them all. Amazing. Let's see. Their days are ruined. Their wallets are ruined. Their looting is ruined. It's okay. They all had nothing on them. Oops, did we just kill a whole bunch of unarmed men? No, this one has some ammo. And a helmet. Maybe the Vicar will like it. The Vicar's gonna look funny with a helmet, though. Because it's really funny when a religious person is decked out in, like, that. Mostly because we associate religion with a lot of outfits, so it would be really funny. Oh no, I need a mag pick. I don't think I have any. I feel a little bit bad killing the canids. They are dog-like. It is super sad when anything that resembles man's best friend takes a hit for humanity. It always breaks my heart a little bit. Aha! Zoe Chandler. She's over there. Will the Marauders get us? We killed the guards. Sorry about that. But if you give me a mag pick... Oh, mine. Sorry, I'm really bad at that. Yeah, they all noticed. My bad. I was gonna say, we won't shoot if they don't, but then they all went crazy. Be careful, Parvati. They seem super aggressive, and they go for headshots. They're really good at that. Oh yeah, this one is giving me shock damage because that one weapon mod that I did a while back. Okay, those guys are really ruining my health. Stop that. My game is lagging a bit. They're even running in place. So, oops. Can't do much about the lag right now. Sorry, Parvati, I didn't mean to shoot you 50 times. Oh, so she's never been this far. Fascinating. We're gonna loot everything. We'll try to sell as much of it as we can, but we'll hold on to most valuable things for us, obviously. We want to have the best gear. Stolen from the finest marauders in the land. We want all their Adreno as well. In other words, we have marauder mentality against marauders. Everyone has value in their lives except for people who deserve the companies. What are we? What are we? We're literally like, oh, capitalism bad, but also kill everybody who deserve the companies. What is this logic, Parvati? Why are we doing this? Maybe here's the ultimate reality about life. Life is selfish. Everything that is alive, ooh, tossball card. Everything that is alive is quite selfish. It wants itself to succeed and no one else, usually. And it only wants friends who also want it to succeed. That is how the selfish genes work. They want their own everything. So that's how it works, Parvati. So we are biased towards ourselves and biased against everybody else. Therefore, Marauder bad. But company also bad because company not us, but Marauder also not us, so therefore bad, right? In that kind of logic. And also, we gotta decide what's really moral. No one else makes choices. Wait a minute. Evicted. That is a tragedy. Housing is not a right, just like in our planet. Just like our world. People don't just get free houses. No, you want a house? Good luck. Who gets houses? What is a house? Houses are for the ultra rich. Housing is not a right. Housing is a privilege. That's how it works in endgame capitalism, Parvati. That's why we gotta desert it. That's why we gotta get on a spaceship and get off this planet. Ooh, mag picks, finally. I figured there might be some somewhere. Now I can lockpick one thing. What should we lockpick? Where are the stairs? There they are. There were at least 2 things that I wanted to lockpick. That were big bins that looked like they had a lot of things in them. Here's... No? Wasn't there one? Yeah, there's one over there. Yes. Please be more mag picks in here. Ooh, nice helmet. I like everything in there. Oh man, mag picks are still rare. It's almost like you gotta ration them. Oh, hi Zoe.
Wow, you crossed them all off, like some sort of heroic accountant running down a list. Teach me your ways.
You're Zoe? Your people are looking for you.
What? You mean Adelaide's little congregation of nature-loving nobodies? I could not possibly be less interested in them. You, on the other hand, you were a sight to behold. If I had half your skills, I'd be the greatest outlaw the coast has ever seen.
I need you to clarify something for me.
I'm great at clarifying.
Are you a prisoner here?
No. I insinuated myself into their company, see? And they didn't seem to mind one whit.
How are you even alive?
I don't know. The vital processes that constitute the miracle of life are mysterious and unknowable. Oh, you mean around these guys? The Marauders wouldn't hurt me. They love me. I'm practically their queen. Yeah, must be my natural charisma.
I'm impressed. How'd you pull it off?
I may have bartered them a few boxes of Adrena time, but yeah, I'm sure that's got nothing to do with it.
I'm pretty sure that's everything to do with it. They're addicted to that stuff. Why did you leave camp?
I got kicked out of Edgewater on account of falling sick with plague and stealing some medicine to treat myself. I'd heard some outlaws set up camp in the botanical labs. I decided to throw in with them, seeing as I always wanted to be an outlaw myself. Instead, what do I find? But a bunch of former workers camped out around a greenhouse. I couldn't just go back to the cannery, so I was stuck with them.
She's acting as if the botanical lab is so much worse than the cannery. So here's an interesting diversity of perspectives. That not everybody wants the botanical way of life, the peaceful way of life. They're different personalities here. I see. There was something else, actually.
I've got all the time in Halcyon.
I've been sent to find you.
Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. This is where I belong.
I'm impressed by how high intimidate skill has to be. It makes sense because Marauders don't scare her, so I can't intimidate her, but I can persuade her very easily. You should go back. People are worried. That's it. That's all she needs to know.
I doubt that. Nobody in that camp really cared about me.
What about Stefan? You two were friends.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Also, he could carry on a conversation, unlike these hooligans. I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is going to be glaring knives at me, so I've got that to look forward to.
Take care. See? The power of friendship heals everything. Friendship is all anyone ever needs, and they're instantly bribed. This is a fact. The quest is not completed yet. Let's go back. Wait a minute. Actually. No, wait. I think I just saved it. We're okay. Let's just hope and believe that I did save it. We're okay. See, all we need to make a society run is the power of friendship. Because, you see, there are things that are cool. Like, breaking the rules, I guess. She's like, screw the rules, I have purple hair. And everyone just gets worried about her because they're like, that seems like not a good philosophy of life. And she says, but I thought it was genius. And then she runs away. Oh no, I have no mag picks. So she runs away and we try to convince her with the power of friendship instantly works. It doesn't have to be scary at all. You just say, people care. And she goes, I agree. And then, yeah. Amazing! That was easy. Grace, I have good news.
What is it?
I talked Zoe into coming back.
We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe.
She joined...
What happened, anyway?
I said it prematurely, sorry. She joined up with a band of marauders. They hadn't hurt her.
Zoe joined up with a band of marauders. Zoe. The same Zoe who doesn't know a barrel from a trigger. Well, I've heard stranger things. You pretty much did my job for me. Least I could do is pay you for your trouble. Let me know if I can do something for you.
I'll leave you be. Oh yeah, you level up. I like my medical a little bit higher, and my engineering still. I do have a lot of points in that, though. Okay, we're going to add maybe, like... No, actually, I really need melee, because I have a lot of melee weapons, but they're very weak. So let's at least put that up to, like, yeah, the max it'll go. Acceptable. Perks. I think what we need the most is armor rating. That's my best guess. Looks good. We have completed that quest, but I think that was kind of short. So let's... Yeah, let's also start completing this, because all the other ones want us to work on the main quest. I feel like an episode just about Zoe is kind of dumb. So, we are going to do more than just a side episode for Zoe. That was complete, right? Oh yeah, it was definitely complete. So now, we are going to go to the geothermal plant. Deserter's reputation increased. Was that a chicken? You're just an ordinary chicken. An ordinary Earth chicken. Earth exists. Guys, Earth was real. This is exciting. I don't think I can get to the geothermal. I've gained bolter pistol. Why did it say that? Well, I can't get to the geothermal camp this way. We are going to get out of this little colony. Speaking of which, something I forgot to bring up is that there's a lot of these little colonies all over the planet, implying that the worker force was massive. There were a lot more people initially working here. But then something went wrong, a plague hit, so many people died, nobody cared, they just keep throwing bodies in the cemetery and punishing anybody for using medicine. Capitalism is very harmful, because they don't even care. It is cheaper to let them die than to treat them with medicine. This is a horrifying reality. And it's one we don't want to enter to on our own planet, on Earth. Because late-stage capitalism looks like this, guys. It looks like this. It looks like no individual life matters at all. And people already behave as if this is the case. And if we want value back, we need to treat people as if every individual does actually matter. But that's not economic. I don't care. Treat everybody like they may have some intrinsic value because they do. But what about the evil people? Do you know and can you decide who and what is evil? Probably. But here's a good hint. You want to know who's the most evil? They may have a lot of power. They may have a lot of money. That's a big hint. Because it's not necessarily that money itself is evil, nor is it necessarily that every person who is rich is evil, but it is that, more likely than not, they're rich for a reason. As in, oh, I have to lockpick. Oh no, I forgot about lockpick as a skill. I also thought that Parvati was a marauder and almost instantly shot her in the face. So sorry, Parvati. Maybe I should be a little bit careful about the helmets I put on, guys. There you are. I was like, where are these things? But thankfully we have shock weapons, so this will be hopefully not that difficult to fight through. Mind your head. I mean, how tall are you, dude? Are you like 8 feet tall? Ooh, a sprat. He's harmless. Don't do anything. Oh. Okay, there will be some key cards we need to find. A breath inhalant for my breathalyzer. Love that. Stimulation to stimulate skin. I guess, that seems bad because if you stimulate more vitamin D, then the sun burns you more. Very bad for skin. Oh, I'm wishing I leveled up lockpick instead, Parvati. Why didn't I do that? All we have to do is level up, I guess. A worker outfit. Sure grip. We're getting a lot of weapon mods. Really quickly, too. Let's see. Switch out some weapons. Somehow my armor got downgraded. I don't remember selling my armor, but it's gone. The expensive armor I got for myself. While that does suck, don't worry. That or I just gave it to Parvati instead. That's also fine. We'll find some really valuable things later. I won't cry about it until it's a science weapon. Something that I really want. Look how funny I look. It's a worker. It's just an ordinary worker with a big gun and a weird face helmet. With the bug eyes. Love it. Wait. That looks like you can hack it. Did I just completely miss... I did. Okay. Geothermal security office. Terminal access. Let me unlock that door. The warning. This facility is in a state of lockdown. Authorization passcode required. Let's enter it. Spacer Thompson. Accepted. Yay. Personal files. We're going to learn everything. We're going to snoop through every stuff. Yeah, let's just do it in order. Personal log. S. Tanaka, Chief of Security. Chester Higgins again. That's Wholehead. Found him fiddling around with one of the mechanicals, so I had to write him up for tampering with company property. Just in case I'm reading this a couple days from now and feeling bad for what I've done, let me just remind myself that I've warned him before. He's always been a little crooked in the skull. He was working on some logic module. I confiscated it. Should be in my lock-away room for the foreseeable future. I think he's the same dude, so I'll give him the same voice. Doesn't sit right with me. Company's been replacing our guards with auto mechanicals. At this rate, I'm going to end up a chief of security with no staff. Just a small army of mechanicals knocking about. Guns pointed every which way. Company tells us they're safe. Programs treat us humans like their own. People are liable to break down, but an auto mechanical never will. I don't know. Doesn't sit right with me. But the company's never been wrong before, I suppose. Worst has happened. Did I complete that quest? Because it just dropped down suddenly. Alright, worst has happened. Mechanical's gone crazy. Lock myself down here. Just trying to gather my courage. Gonna make a mad dash for the control room. Might be able to shut things down. Will delete this entry if I ever return. Yeah, he never returned. Automated message number 6. Greetings, Security Chief S. Tanaka. This is an automated message initiated by Spacer's Choice Worker Safety Contingency Protocols. A security lockdown has been initiated. This is not a test. Your behavior during this lockdown will be reviewed during your quarterly audit. Anxiety is a common side effect of life-threatening situations engendered by security lockdowns. Fight back against anxiety with an ice-cold bottle of Zero G Brew. Zero G Brew, an ale that's what's good for what ails you. Hopefully I read that sanely, like a sane person, yes. Oh no, it's in there. We need to find the key card then. So what have we learned, Parvati? Have we learned that every single time that we put the robots in charge, they kill us? Have we also learned that whenever we automatize the robot line... Wait. When we automatize the cannery lines, Instead of human workers, we replace them with AI. What happens, Parvati? The end of the world, Parvati. The end of economies. The end of societies. The future was predicted in the Outer Worlds, Parvati. That is what I'm saying. So, we must kill all the robots. All the AI slop must go down the drain. We must get rid of it all. None of you have value. We do. You will not treat us the same, and we will not treat you the same. See, this is why be on the side of biological life and be as anti-robotic as you can be, because you will not be able to make a living, and the whole world will be replaced by the robots instead of us. So Ludwig is right. We are not crazy for not trusting technology sometimes. I'm a STEM major. I value technology. Oops, sorry, Parvati. I thought you were a marauder again. I value technology, but as you can see, not that much. I'm kind of sort of a scientist who is anti-technology. It's kind of funny because a lot of people will be like, well, scientists, they're very pro-technology, aren't they? Not me. Definitely not me. I am, like, picky about technology. Like, technology is not inherently good. Kind of like, actually... Hello? Kind of like how scientists are not inherently morally good either. They can be evil. The mad scientist trope exists for a reason. If you don't develop morals, morals will not develop you. I think somebody survived, unless you're a very human-sounding auto-mechanical. I think I'm climbing down a ladder. Phantom is not my name. Nice geothermal core. Straight from the Earth itself, I imagine. Ooh, I like this technology. It spins clockwise, guys. Maybe the plan really is a clockwise plan. What am I saying? You see, scientific religion sounds like this, Parvati. It sounds like we really, really like shapes and very mundane things, and we find a lot of meaning and stuff out of very, very strange, meaningless things. If life arose from inorganic parts, then we come from meaningless things, and we give it meaning, Higgins.
You're not real. You're not real. Get away from me, Phantom. Shoot. Scram.
Calm down. I'm not trying to hurt you. Oh, my sneak is not very good, and also I know I sound super creepy just then. Calm down. I'm not trying to hurt you. Yeah, I can't make it sound any less creepy.
Don't you talk down to me, Phantom.
Oops, I pressed number 2. Sorry.
Higgins, this is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting.
You're eating sprats?
Of course. Sprats are an excellent source for my daily recommended intake of mercury. Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder.
How long have you been down here?
Hard to say. By my reckoning, Higgins has been here somewhere between 2 weeks and forever. My recollection's a touch fuzzy these days.
Uh-huh. And what exactly do you do here?
Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna Critic, Aetherwave Personality, Chairman of the Board, Galactic Defender, Sisty Pig Tycoon.
Epic titles.
I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant.
You were an engineer like Parvati?
I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries, repaired them, maintained, upgraded, did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section.
If you worked on these mechanicals, you must know a way to stop them.
Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons.
I can deal with mechanicals. I made it this far, didn't I?
You know, you remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer.
My god, he was one of us.
Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other instead.
I love how I only need engineering at 5 in order to accomplish this. Mechanicals follow the behavior of their logic module. Someone tampered with it.
Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering.
Barely.
There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you.
Any idea where I can find a logic module?
Funny thing, I was working on a logic module just before the mayhem started. Security chief found me and confiscated the logic module.
Oh no, why would he do that? I want to ask you something.
The tail. Definitely start with the tail. If you're feeling adventurous, the ears are a particular delicacy.
How have you been surviving all this time?
Jimmy'd opened the vending machines. That lasted a good couple of months. Eventually, I had to resort to more unconventional means of filling my insides.
This place looks like it's been abandoned for a while. What happened?
Mechanicals lost their bolts. Opened fire on anything that moved. It was pandemonium.
And you weren't killed. We know the main dude who was in charge, he died for sure, so... And you weren't killed?
I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the killing started. So, as usual, I missed out.
See, this is why we shouldn't have FOMO. Sometimes missing out is good. How did you not starve?
Jimmy opened the vending machines. That lasted a good couple
Yeah, because
of
I wanted to get to this part
Eventually,
too.
I had to resort to more unconventional means of filling my insides.
So you ate sprats.
Braised, boiled, charred, skewered. Sprats are good eating, friend. Chock full of brain food.
What happened to this place?
Mechanicals lost their bolts. Opened fire on anything that moved. It was pandemonium.
That's horrible. How could this have happened?
You mean, why did the mechanicals go on a murderous rampage? Same reason any of us do, I suppose. The voices told him to do it. I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the killing started. So, as usual, I missed out.
I should go. So part of why that's so funny is that I basically asked him 2 different ways the same thing, and he still answered it super seriously as if I never asked him it before. He is genuinely an engineer. Ooh, antibiotics cream. I want that. We should play this chess game sometime, dude. So, why this is so funny. Ooh, impact hammer. Let me just steal your stuff, because you'll survive without it, because obviously mechanicals can't use ladders. You are fine here. So, like a typical engineer, you can ask them the same question 50 different ways, and as long as you varied up your words, it's a different question. That's been the STEM major category, how I've found engineers to be. They love talking. They love talking a lot. They'll also happily answer any question 50 different ways. Yes, being a STEM major is fun. Highly recommend. Highly recommend joining the team of scientists, technologists, engineers, and mathematicians. We're a weird and fun group of people who are strange and mysterious and find meaning in the meaningless.
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded.
Yes, steam is a common cause of death, so let's walk right here in the middle of it. Yeah. Found some. Aha, he was standing. Oh, we can't use this in combat. Wow, that's a lot of steam. Thank you, Parvati. Oh yeah, she used the shot cannon. Very good. I gave her it because I think she also is more tanky with the armor I gave her. Less likely for her to die. She probably wants to run up close to them all the time. Man, there was a computer back there. Let's not open the gates to the mechanicals just yet. There's a ladder there. I feel like this is a different area. On the other side of the steam? Yeah, workbench is discovered. Yes. Okay, I think I do want to put some mods on... Oh, that's an ashtray. I thought it was a mag pick. I want to put some mods on things. Let's see. Oh, yes. I could actually increase the damage on most of my weapons. But we're going to tinker with the ones I actually use. Makes sense. Actually, I could even do this for Parvati. She'll appreciate that. And in case she ever uses the hammer, which she has not yet, it's a lot of damage. It looks really good. Let's tinker with all those. Wait a minute. Can I tinker with my armor? Probably. Interesting. This is a higher level, but less armor. This is a lower level, but more armor. I picked this up and didn't notice, probably because it was a low level. I'm increasingly realizing there's a chance that I have never lost my armor. Like, this one has 17 armor. It's more likely that I've never lost my armor, and it's just more like I didn't know what I was reading. That is a very, very high likelihood. Wait a minute, how much is that going to cost again? Most of my weapon parts, so I have to be very picky about this. Oh, no. Okay, I think I'll do this instead for Parvati because she'll be using it a lot and it'll be fully repaired. That should be okay. Oh no, we don't have the unlock skill. Remind me, Parvati, we need so many things to unlock. It's probably going to be useful on other planets anyways. We can use this. What does that do? I should have been an engineer to ask that question, right, Parvati? I should have built the place before pulling that lever, right? What did that do? Oh no. Oh no, I don't know what that did. I also know there's a computer. How'd you get there, Parvati? You were behind me. That was so weird. Oh, steam distribution control. I can shut off the steam release valves. That's what that does. Yay, I use engineering. That probably helps me level up. Now I can just walk here and not use that ladder. But we need the unlock. Sad. We can't really navigate this place very well until we can level up our lockpick. That means we gotta fight a whole bunch of auto mechanicals and get better. Then everything will be accessible to us, probably. I'm gonna guess that one dude we found, he's the only survivor. Oh, hi! That was really close. I have a bad habit of looting while in active combat. Hasn't steered me wrong yet. I have managed to survive. Oh, he has no head. Tragic. Decapitation is a crime against choice property. That's what they probably say. How dare. How do we have a face of a company if you take off the face, Parvati? You didn't take off their face. The auto mechanicals did. Not accusing you of any crimes against Spacer's property. Barred. Barred? I hate being barred. I hate being barred. How do we move forward, Parvati? They have barred the way forward. Oh. Let's also do that. I think that's okay. It hasn't made the place self-destruct yet, so that should be okay. I could use it now. Does that mean the other's now open? Is that how it works? Yes, it is. We're turning power on to access new areas. Exciting. We'll probably find a lot more corpses, though. Spacer's Choice. This is a Spacer's Choice facility. And they've been increasingly replacing their own workers with these things and not thinking that it's problematic at all. Just like real life. Ooh, I can use a terminal with this thing. I can modify their behavior. They're on guard mode for intruders. That means somebody did this. I wonder who did. Oh, definitely the board did. Let's select a new mode. Auto mechanicals in this facility have been mandated to remain in guard mode. Any attempt to alter this setting is punishable by company law. Yep, the board did this. Your infraction has been noted in your permanent records. See Higgins. Oh no, Higgins. Please see your supervisor to schedule a reprimand. Who? Select new target. Uh-oh. Define intruders. All persons or entities not identified as property of Spacer's Choice. Would you like to modify the definition of intruders? Yes. Let's define intruders as Spacer's Choice auto mechanicals. Successfully updated. Modified definition successfully forwarded to security. Please allow some time to process and remove all recently defined intruders. Okay, got it. So we gotta reboot. We gotta turn it off and on again a bunch of times. See, it always works, Parvati. You just gotta do that, and then the Windows 98 server will update, and it will tell us that the actual enemies are the AIs. We have defeated the AI menace. It was easier than anticipated. All we had to do is redefine what real is. This is not a misinformation campaign, Parvati. This is an informational, an educational thing. See, what is a crime? Misinformation. What is never a crime? Information. Though they try to make it a crime, we don't.
Self-diagnostics complete. Navigation systems operational. Combat systems operational. It's not the best choice. It's the Spacer's Choice.
This is odd. Why are you attacking me? Even though I totally changed your protocols. I think you'd be affected by that, but I don't know.
Hostile actions towards Spacer's Choice mechanics are contrary to logical directive. Conclusion: all hostile automechanicals must be defective in compliance with Spacer's Choice policy. All defective automechanicals must be permanently dismantled. Please allow me to assist.
I love how I literally changed the logic module and then act completely perplexed of why it's helping me, even though I literally changed it to help me. Let me get this straight. You want to help me destroy other mechanicals.
Affirmative. Mechanicide protocols loaded. Awaiting confirmation.
Confirmation granted. I like the sound of that. Because we were being shot at a bunch and we want that to stop, so we will accept your help. Hopefully you survive. Yes. I get a lot of bypass shunts, but never use them, and I'm aware of this. I should figure out how to use them. Hastily written note. So as all the auto mechanicals are firing and killing everybody, he has to write this down. Got it. Borrowed a copy of The Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering. I think it's volume 3. I need to read something down the pit. Much obliged, C. Higgins. So yeah, literally as everybody was dying, he's like, hold on. Let me write this down really quick. He just gets his pen out and then quickly writes down, I need to get volume 3. Wait a minute. That means volume 3 is somewhere in this facility. We need to find it. Especially if there's a self-destruct and C. Higgins want to go down with this place. We need to find it and recover that thing. Higgins! I need your book. Engineering is not my strong suit. Hopefully you have it. Parvati's judging me. She knows I don't know engineering very well. She's judging me. Judgment is the worst in the sciencey realm of things. We really despise judgment. It means that people doubt our science. People don't believe us. They don't believe what we found. That's bad. Society unravels when they don't believe and don't trust in science. Higgins, where is it?
What's eating you?
The lack of a book.
The tail. Definitely start with the tail. If you're feeling adventurous, the ears are a particular delicacy.
Actually, hang on.
Forgot what you were gonna say?
I'll just excuse myself. I don't know how to ask him about this book. You've got a volume 3. I've got a volume 2. They need to be together. How do we put them together? How do we make them... Found it! I found it. Yay! Energizing ointment, sick lighter. This is a good day. Sorry, I'm stealing that from you, Higgins. You'll probably not notice because you read it 500 million times, so everything's good. Yay! Now we just need to find volume 1. We are lacking a volume 1. It can't be a trilogy without the first one. The first one was probably the best one. Did I ever... I never noticed that. Adreno. We can always find goodies by repeating and searching more thoroughly, because we can miss things the first time. Huh, what are those waypoints for? I'm gonna guess I have to go upstairs to figure that out. Logic module. Once we find that, this will be interesting. We can find it and then set up the next episode for the big choice. A cliffhanger, they say. Yes, we will make a cliffhanger of not actually deciding in this episode, right? That seems wise. Let's get the logic module. Oh, no. I don't have that key card. I don't have that key card. Oh, wait. We need that corpse. I think that will solve everything. If we can find that body, we are good. And then we can do something about that. How do we get to your body? How did you die there, dude? Oh. Corporation Service Award. Oh, yeah. I think I found this. What was this award for? You'll never know. It's funny. Is this... There are spots everywhere. Curious. But thankfully they're in so much abundance that they can be edible and people can sustain themselves off of it. It's probably not the best choice of food. It's Spacer's choice of food. How did I not notice your corpse? Haven't I been here? You're just hidden behind this table with the gun out. So you literally were trying to fight against... Oh, this is why Ludwig... This is why Ludwig has his army, Parvati. He's not crazy at all. He saw something. He knows something. Let's pick up this nice gun. RIP security chief. You were a good one, maybe. This key card belongs to the security chief of the geothermal plant. It can be used to open a door somewhere in the facility. I know exactly where. Sorry, dude. Rest in peace. We'll put you in a Spacer's Choice coffin. It'll be cozy. It'll be awesome. You'll be buried, and you'll probably be reborn as some kind of organism. A sprat, maybe. And maybe you will earn the merit to be born as a Spacer's Choice worker again. If you do good stuff in the afterlife or something. We need to learn more about the plan. Ask the Vicar a bunch of religious questions. Ask him how it works. Ask him how the secrets go. And he'll probably tell us everything if we befriend him. Yes, here it is. Corrupted logic module. Why is it corrupted? Let's grab some Adreno and weapon parts. Yes. We gotta return to Ludwig. Let's do that really quick before making a choice. Because we gotta complete our side quests. Because we want to really complete this planet. Really show you all the things. All the things going on with the corporations. How this world works. Or should I say worlds, plural. Because the outer worlds is not a singular term. It is a plural term. We are trying to understand this as best as we can. Yes. Okay. So, we are going to find Ludwig. We are going to ask him the questions. Or more, give him the answers, I suppose. Because he wanted us to corrupt them. And we will do that because we can see that the automechanicals, like AI, kill careers. They're killing many careers by literally killing lives. So, we gotta stop AI before it becomes this. He'll understand. Ludwig will understand. See, if we dismissed him and treat him as crazy just because we haven't seen it ourselves, it would be a fool's errand. Assume we don't know everything about a planet we've never been to. Assume that we don't know the right choices because we've never made the choices. Assume that we know as little as we actually do. Hey, the community center. This is where I died a bunch. So, in case there are marauders everywhere, like there were last time, and in case we don't have high enough level things like last time, we should be cautious traversing this area. Okay, let's see, Parvati, if we can take them down. Because I'm curious, did we get better? Oh no, be careful of the explosive barrel. Parvati, I'm sorry if I'm also firing at you. I will repair your bullet wounds with something, probably. Sorry for shocking you so dramatically. It's because I have a sciencey weapon. It has a lot of voltage. Why can't I look at that? There we go. Bits. Bits everywhere. There are bits everywhere, Parvati. Wait, was that a drink? 0G Brew. Good for what ails you. And Triptease. Pretty sure I've already said that in the last episode too, so I found this before. I just didn't make it. Yes, mag picks. There'll always be something we gotta get into and search. Evilly. Oh yes, helmets. Everything must be looted, Parvati. Yes, we have 9 mag picks. This is so much better. We'll probably accidentally find something we haven't gotten into yet. A tactical shotgun? Okay, we'll equip when there isn't danger. We'll look at it when there isn't a bunch of marauders. Yeah, companions make a huge difference. Notice our lack of dying, specifically. Excellent. That means we always need Parvati at our side. We trust you, Parvati. You're really good at this. Engineers are really good at disposing of bodies. They're really good at unaliving humans. I believe. Bunch of nanners. I believe in the powers that we have to destroy the world or rebuild it as we see fit. What is Corona anyways? I'm very concerned. Is it a beer or is it a disease? Excellent question. We gotta play more Outer Worlds to discover that. Oh yeah. We are disposing of them a lot easier. Thank you, Parvati. You are literally a lifesaver. Oh yeah, that was amazing. I'm also trying to loot them when they fall because I lose track of the bodies easily. I don't know if we pick up the armor. We are also not finding enough to ever get over encumbered. That's an interesting thing to note. Probably because I'm not looting as much as I can because I am basically streaming this. And knowing it could be very boring for me to just go tra-la-la-la-la and just go grab a bunch of loot as everybody just watches. Ooh, terror race flew off. I think we have to get through the town. Yeah, we have to get through the town to find Ludwig. Because I think he's on the way. And the town is in the way. Something like that. There's also a way to completely bypass the town, but I have no great sense of direction just yet. And also, as soon as we get familiar with Terra 2, I'm pretty sure we just leave it anyways. Which does kind of suck. I think that is a little bit of a critique of playing the Outer Worlds. It is that the maps are small, the worlds are small, therefore you do kind of briefly pass through all of them, and just when you think you're getting familiar, you already leave. But there is a sequel to this game coming out, and I'm hoping to beat this game and then play the sequel. Hopefully I'll be one of the first to play the sequel. Show it off to you guys. Blind play through it, just like I'm doing it with this one. Because I'm not entirely blind going into this game. I've watched my friend play it. But I myself have not played it, so I only vaguely know. So technically this is my first time playing it, but at the same time not really.
When I was little, we'd get freighters in every Sunday noon. Now they only come but once a month.
Ooh, that is tragic.
Love the wind here.
I bet the wind here is great. Like, I bet it must be interesting living here, because you have supplies delivered to you from the company, and the company makes you pay, and it's an interesting place where we don't really have countries and nations, we have corporations instead. Oh no, Ludwig left us. I talked too long, so he just walked away. Understandable. Have a nice day.
Bring us honor, soldier.
You mentioned a logic module. I found one in the geothermal plant.
Bang up work, soldier. You're a credit to your uniform. Oh, that reminds me. Gotta look into getting us a uniform.
Yes.
So this is it then. The key to humanity's victory over the mechanical hordes. I would reward you with the gratitude of the Resistance, but I'm guessing you want something tactile. So here's a couple of bits for your trouble, and a little something to remember me by.
Oh wow, Ludwig wants a big impression, and Spacer's Choice really likes us for this. Interesting. Take care. So, this is where we're stopping, but when I get back here for the next part, we'll already be in the geothermal plant. I won't make you guys watch me walk all the way back. We will already be there. Thank you. I appreciate every viewer, even if you're like one of the 2 viewers watching this. I'm doing this for you guys. Thank you so much.
I'm going.